Hail to the king, baby.
What's up, everybody? I kind of teased that I would do a collection unboxing of my Dead Island games, and I decided I was going to throw in the Dying Light games as well, and some other things. My friend, the Laziest Writer, wanted to see it, so that's mainly the reason I made it. So let's get into it. We'll start off with the custom Dead Island controller that I got made by Undead Gaming UK. One of a kind, no other in the entire world exists, which is actually pretty cool. I'm the only person that has this very specific controller, and it's honestly one of the coolest controllers I own, and I wish I could have it as an updated like Series X controller or something. That'd be pretty awesome. So we're gonna put that right there. And then we have the Dead Island book by Mark Morris, which is actually pretty good, interesting interpretation of the first game in book form. You know, obviously there's a lot of things that make it hard to make a book out of a game, but they do it pretty well. Still haven't finished it, which is crazy because I've had it forever, but it's a pretty cool little book. They actually have a digital, a Dark Horse digital comic, which is pretty good. I highly recommend. It's only available digitally though, so that's the part that sucks, but overall it's pretty cool. Then we have my original copy of Dead Island for the Xbox 360, which is the special edition, which is the first version of it I got, which was sometime, because this is the version that you would have got if you pre-ordered the game. And I got the game in the year that it came out, in 2011, but I didn't get it at launch because I had rented it from Redbox prior to picking it up, and I fell in love with it when I played it at Redbox, so I had to get it. That came with all this stuff. Funny enough, when I got it, it was pre-owned, and the Bloodbath Arena had not been used, but the Ripper had been used. And Rider White was actually out at that time, so I bought it digitally eventually when I got online. But when I first got this, I wasn't playing games online yet. And then we have Dead Island Riptide Special Edition, which I did pre-order and get day one. And that actually came with a cool little bonus that I'll show you. Now the UK actually had a special one that was like that zombie torso, which was pretty controversial. And my friend SSJ Davey actually got that. I think it was a present or something for his birthday or something like that from some of his friends. But this one was also really fun, really cool. The original I wanted to play with my friend online, but his grandparents actually bought him the PS3 version, so we couldn't play together, but we both ended up getting this one, and that's where I did most of my co-op play with him. But I did play a lot of co-op on Dead Island after I beat it the first time, and actually got modded weapons and some cool stuff like that. But the special edition of Riptide came with this, which is, I think this is my second, it's either first or second steelbook case that I ever got, because I did get the Resident Evil 5 Collector's Edition steelbook case version when I got that game, but I can't remember if I got that game before or after Dead Island. I think before, so I think this is probably the second one, but this was a really cool thing to have. And actually when I got it, my grandmother went and picked it up while I was at school, I think, and they didn't give her the steelbook, so I was like, well, we were definitely going back. We got to go back and get that. I'm not missing out on that because I've always been a collector, so that was something I needed to have. I eventually bought this sometime later on for, I don't know, it was like $5-10 or something, the Game of the Year edition, Greatest Hits for PS3. I just like the way it looks, and I wanted it to have the Game of the Year edition just as a collectible thing. I played Dead Island on PS3, mostly on my friends, but I haven't actually played this copy on my PS3 at all. There's really not much of a point. No, let's see. Yeah, I'll do it in release order, I guess. And here we got Dying Light. Man, what a game. I would actually go as far as to say Dying Light's potentially the best of all the Dead Island and Dying Light games currently. Even though Dead Island, the original, is my favorite. This is my second favorite for sure. And it does a lot of things very, very well. Better than a lot of the other ones. It's a really good game. Has actually one of my favorite DLCs ever in a game, Dying Light: The Following, which I definitely suggest if you've never played it. If you have played that game, if you haven't played either, you need to play all these games. They're all must plays. And then this, you have no idea how excited I was about this, because I pretty much had played Dead Island every single year, at least a little bit. Not necessarily beat it every single year, but I at least jumped into it and played it on multiple occasions every single year of my life since 2011. It's a long time. And when this came out, I was like, oh, that's awesome. And Techland themselves actually did the remaster, which was really cool. And it's a lot of improvements. It's actually in Dying Light's engine. But the only thing is, they did mess up some stuff. Like, the models for the thugs are much smaller. I think the RAM might even be smaller. You can't sit anywhere in the truck anymore unless there's other players. And some weird things like that, but mostly it's really good. And then they threw in Retro Revenge, which is a weird, like, 2D side-scroller, like, game, but it's less Turtles in Time and more Temple Run in a way. Like, it's the fighting of one of those beat-em-ups, but it's on rails. So it's pretty cool though. Awesome. Play it all the time. Then the last of the collection for now, until Dead Island 2 comes out and they get that Hell A edition, which, just like all these games, I will do an unboxing of and be insanely excited, as well as covering all these games in videos soon, and definitely covering Dead Island 2, probably multiple different kinds of videos. But I bought the deluxe edition of Dying Light 2. Was not a waste at all. It's a free upgrade to the Series X version. It has crossplay now. I have fixed a lot of the issues that people had with the game. And yeah, it has some of its issues, and it does some things worse than Dying Light, but it also does some things way better. And I think it has the best parkour in any video game ever made, so is what it is. But it was an awesome thing. And I actually, when I pre-ordered the game, I had no idea that it would actually be a steelbook case, so I was pretty excited about that. I got several steelbook cases in my collection now, between this, Riptide, Resident Evil 5, Quantum Break, South Park, The Fractured Butthole, Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, Mortal Kombat 11, Doom 2016. I'm trying to think. I think there's more, but I can't really think of all of them right now. So that was my Dead Island / Dying Light collection, including the controller and the book. I still need to get the Dying Light book to add to my collection, and Dead Island 2 will be being added to it soon. So hope you guys enjoyed that. Have a great day. Time to go play some Dead Island.